Today we're doing the chocolate cake for the final cake that we're going to make, but we're now making the base of a cake, and this one will be chocolate. To make a basic chocolate cake, we use 1.5 cups of boiling water. But to add flavor to chocolate, to bring out that chocolate taste, instead of water, we use coffee, which is somewhat water, but it's flavored with coffee. And we use 1 cup of unsweetened cocoa. So we're going to whisk our unsweetened cocoa with 1.5 cups of boiling water, or if you like, you can do coffee. I do coffee. Add some flavor. Also, instead of using 2 teaspoons of vanilla, you can use 2 teaspoons of your favorite liqueur, amaretto, frangelico, any of those, almond, or even hazelnut. They have a great hazelnut one too. So we're going to dissolve our unsweetened cocoa here. Boiling water, because your batter is going to be a little bit liquidy. So 2.5 cups of unbleached flour. We're going to use 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. A teaspoon of baking soda. And a teaspoon of salt. 2.5 cups of unbleached flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to whisk it in our blender. Make sure you have a whisk. 1.5 cups of unbleached flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of sugar. Whisk that all together. 1.5 cups of boiling water, or I use coffee. If you want the flavor of the chocolate, since it is unsweetened cocoa powder to come out, I suggest to do the coffee. Comes out moist, flavorful, chocolatey, all the good things of a chocolate cake. And then we put this in here nice and slowly. This helps dissolve the sugars and the flours and makes a thick batter right now. You should at times though stop it and get the stuff that's down in the center and on the sides. The next things we're going to add are 3/4 cups of vegetable oil, 3 room temperatured eggs, and 1/2 cup of sour cream. Of course, your 2 teaspoons of your vanilla extract. Preheat your oven to 350. 3. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Again, you can use other flavors. 3/4 cups of oil. Now, don't put the cup away in the sink. What I'm going to do now is flip it over. What I usually do is I flip over the cup onto the parchment paper, because we have to oil the pan and get it ready. Sour cream helps a cake by making it really moist, and I love a cake to be moist. So 1/2 cup of sour cream. Whisk it all together. Make sure you clean down the sides of your bowl. This last part also from the center up. Now while the cake is doing its last minute blend, we're going to prepare our pan. Two 9-inch round cake pans, frame form, so you can pop out the cake with parchment paper, or you can do a long cake pan, a 10 by 13, 1.5 inch. You're going to bake this cake at 350 for 25 minutes, or until the cake tester comes out clean. And then of course we'll pour the batter in the middle and cut off the excess parchment paper. So here we go, is our chocolate batter, nice and runny. Not too runny, but just right. Pour the batter in the center, and then up and back and forth. Center. Start in the center. When you pour out your batter, start in the center and go zigzag. Just to make it even. So our oven is preheated. Our cake is evenly put in here. We should cut off some of the excess paper, because if you don't, they get a little toasted. So here's your cake, ready to go into the oven. 350, 25 minutes, and then we'll see you in a few. After the cake's been cooking for 25 minutes, we cake taste it. If you don't have one of these little metal things, a toothpick is just as well. And when it comes out clean, your cake is all set. So here we have a nice basic chocolate cake, sheet cake. You can also make 2 round 9-inch cakes, all set and ready to decorate with your favorite frosting, or as a treat. You can leave it as is, but we will do some decorating later. We do have to let the cakes cool before you can decorate any cake, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial of a chocolate cake. Enjoy!